Today's guest is Amber Ugle Hayward. She's competing at April's Perth Corporate Rumble, number 13. We chat about footy, large families and attending 13 schools throughout WA. Special thanks to Muscle Times Movement, major sponsor of Rambo, as well as Gobsmack, Sports Mouthguards, MVP Real Estate, FMR Building and Construction, Studio 22, Counterbalance Fitness and Brightside Live, all major sponsors of the Perth Corporate Rumble. That makes sense?
Yeah.
That makes sense. How are you feeling today?
Oh, I'm a bit nervous.
Nervous about being in here or just the whole event? I do like the banana. Is that banana bread you brought in?
Yeah, it's a recipe that I've made for not only like my work colleagues but my
Little
roommates.
chef.
Yeah. Well, no, that's probably the only recipe I could probably bake.
Okay. And is it moist?
I would hope so.
That's all right. Just put some butter on it. Well, thank you very much. That is fresh as well. I can still see
Yeah.
the condensation. When did you bake that?
This morning.
This morning.
First thing, I was like, the thing is,
You know you don't have to bring anything in. I know I joke
I
about
know,
it.
but I want to cement my spot as a favourite, so did that this
You've
morning.
always been the favourite. You know, it's because the reason I kept saying that was because I never cancel. And I had to because I got caught up at work. And I cancelled on you a few weeks ago. And our interview was at, so 9 o'clock? And then I found out at 7 I wasn't going to be back in time. And then I messaged you on every possible platform I could. And I just went, I can't be that guy giving you 2 hours notice. Because some people come from like a fair distance to get here. And at that hour, the traffic's a nightmare. Imagine if Nicky Carter was on his way up. And he was coming through Mandurah. I said, oh, by the way, Nicky, it's not happening. He'd still rock up, I reckon. He's going well. There's some good guys in that crew, aren't there?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, Nicky is actually, he did the massage course with my friend Katie, who's my sponsor.
Someone else.
Aniva. So, Aniva, Katie, my sponsor.
She's the massage courses.
Yeah.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, so, like...
So, you've known Nicky for a while?
Well, when I told Aniva that Katie was my sponsor, she said that, oh, like, Nicky was also in the massage course, and so we kind of, like, had a little moment of, like, bonding through that.
Okay.
Because they did the massage course, like, 2016, 17, like, years ago, so...
And you're on a different team to these two.
I know.
The interviews, I do like getting them, not to sound bad, not getting them done, but I do like starting early so we're not rushed. But... The interviews post team naming I like a little bit more. I know it sounds bad. Sorry to everyone that came in early, but I do appreciate coming in early. But we can really go into it now, and you've got a better knowledge of all the fighters. It's probably a good thing we cancelled that first one.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about more. We're looking at a photo here. I'm not going to tell you what fight number you are because I'm not allowed to. You are fighting Amber Rambo. Where'd that nickname come from?
It's a childhood nickname. It literally came because when I was younger, I was a bit of a tomboy. But also, I really idolized my older brother, Eric. And so I would just do anything that he wanted me to do. So I was a bit crazy. And then,
it's like Rambo.
Yeah.
It's
so
going
Rambo.
all in.
Yeah.
How do you feel about your opponent, Kiri the Piranha Varga?
Oh my God.
Because you guys were mates, huh?
I love her so much. She's
That's not what she said about you. She said, I cannot wait to flatline that girl. I've been wanting to. No, Kiri would not say a bad word about you.
Yeah, she's so sweet. She actually gifted all the girls on Sunday like earrings with either red or blue, and like she's so sweet.
Good on her.
So I'm a bit like, it's a tough because like I really love her. And I'm just so nervous.
How will you go fighting someone that you're friends with?
It's really hard. So
it's very unnatural, isn't it?
It's so unnatural. And I tried to, on Monday when we had our first training session, she did the workout class before our training session. So I'm trying to like separate myself, and I totally blanked her, like totally ignored her.
Custard pie.
Yeah.
Nice. Playing mind games early.
Well,
I like this, Amber.
The thing is, like, I'm trying to separate her as my friend to the person I'm versing. And it was so funny on Monday. April comes in later and April says hi to Kiri, and Kiri just completely ignores her. So later on, like, April was like, Kiri, like, why didn't you say hi? And she's like, Emma, like, walked straight past me when she came in training. And
I heard about it. Yeah. I admit, I didn't want to say I heard about it.
The thing is, like,
so we're friends. What's happening? But you'll be able to put it aside because there's no malice in the actual fight itself. It's quite an odd thing to box against someone that you are friends with, because really, in a way, you're going to want to hurt this person.
Yeah.
But it's fighting. It's quite weird. That's why I couldn't do it. Let's get along with that and the fact I can't box. When you were told, Kiri, how did you feel in that moment?
Well, the thing is, I kind of knew since like week 3 or 4.
Did you get inside info, did you?
No, it was more...
Sounds like you did.
I'm very observant. So when I was sparring with Kiri, and like, I think it was Glenn Nigel and Claire walks past, Claire from Glove Up.
Oh, Glove Up. Shout out to Glove. She's got the Glove Up merch on today.
I have the merch.
Show me. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'm going to get my hands on some of those socks as well.
The socks are really good. But what she did was she made a comment to Glenn and Nigel, and she was like, oh, they would be a perfect match for a fight. And the
Is she a little bit taller?
She is a little bit taller, but with our sparring, she obviously saw that. And then similar weight. So I just put 2 and 2 together. So I've kind of known since week 3 or 4. And I've purposely kept on like pairing myself with Kiri
to get a feel for what she's like.
And the funny thing is, like, she had no idea that I was going to be matched up with her, and so she was trying to like suss out Abby. Or like,
I think she thought I think it was Abby. I thought she got
like,
Abby.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Abby's like 10 kilos lighter. I don't think she would be your match. And then she also said like, well, I don't understand, like, you and April are so much smaller. And I was like,
I thought it was going to be April.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So, I mean, the matchups really didn't get confirmed until probably about Thursday or Friday of that week. I think the girls are easier. This is what I believe. And good on you girls. The girls are always at training, by the way.
Yes.
That is very obvious. And being at training a lot in the early weeks, it actually helps the guys, as in Nigel, Glenn, Chris and Craig, make the calls, because they got a very good knowledge of the people that are there. And if I understand, with work commitments, some people can't make it, but if you are there in the early days, it does help them a lot. So you help them help you, or else they might match you up. You don't want to fight someone that you think you're going to win. Yeah. You want to fight someone that you think, I can win. Yeah. Do you feel that you can?
Well, I think Kiri has the edge. I mean, she's been training with counterbalance since like November.
She's got good footwork. I do like that.
Yeah. So I feel like she's probably the favourite, which...
Underdog, yeah. Amber. Is it Amber Ugle Hayward, or just Amber Ugle? How would you like me to do it?
Ugle Hayward.
The full name. The full name. Amber Rambo Ugle Hayward. You got a middle name I could throw in there to make it harder for me on the night? Okay, I'll go full Amber Ugle Hayward. So I've gone through the list of all the matchups. They are, as they are every year, they are so close. Anyone can win. That main event is going to be juice, isn't it? Oh, Mason's going to win. You're on Josh Pry's team, aren't you? He's such a good man. He's such a good fighter. Oh, geez. I don't know. I know that I give Josh a hard time about Mason beating him, but I'm actually good mates with Josh. I'm only joking. This is the thing me and Mongy have got going on. No one's called me yet or texted me, which is a big thing for me. No one's complained about their opponent, which is good. I think a lot of people are nervous, but every year, it's normally Monday, Tuesday, people message me going, why did they match me up with this person? But anyone can win. Anyone can win. He said Kiri's obviously got a decent background in fitness. I think she did boxing classes, and she's obviously a counterbalance. You've got a bit of a fitness Firstly, though, you are way better now than you were week 1.
Thanks.
You could see
I put in so much work. Like, as soon as I saw everyone else's ability, especially with the pad work, like, I was terrible.
The pads don't hit back.
I know, but like I was paired up with Abby, and I just felt so bad in the first couple of weeks because I was so terrible at the pads. But since week 1 to week 2, I started doing the counterbalance fitness classes, and then from there I just kept on building it on. I also had a couple one-on-one sessions with Xavier, which was really good.
He's a good man, isn't he?
He is a good man. Like, it was so good,
the family's quality.
Yeah, honestly,
all good.
So good. So yeah, like, I felt like I had to put in the work because I realised where I was versus where everyone else's was. So
it is amazing how far you can come in a short period of time, especially with the right coaching.
Yeah.
And Glenn, I think Glenn suits your style a lot more. Like, Glenn's style is probably a little bit more come forward, a little bit more aggressive. But Nigel's got some style as well. And his style, I don't know, it's very close. There's never been like one style just being completely dominant. You know, it just depends on the fighter. What I saw in week 1 and probably week 2, and I was talking to Nigel about this actually. No, so I was talking to Glenn, I was talking to your coach, and I said, how's she going to go? Because I was asking about you. I just sit back and watch. I don't know anything about boxing. Like, as in, I know everything, I believe, stats, winners, losers, all that about boxing. But as for boxing, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to hold your hands. That's not my business. But I said to Glenn, how's Amber going to go? And he said something along the lines of, she has these little moments where, you know, 5% of the time she'll show something, and then the rest of the time it's very held back and unsure. And he just said, all we got to do is turn that 5% into 6% and turn it 10% and go up. And he said, by the end, no worries, she'll do it all night. And I've seen it. I saw you do a combo or something on that first week. And then I saw and I went, okay, a bit of work. Not criticising your boxing ability, by the way, here, because I'm not better. And then I saw you the other week and I went, oh, yeah, it's come along well. And I did actually check with one of my friends whether it was okay to say this, and he said it's okay. If it's not, I'll cut it out. He said, because I was asked, he said, and this is about himself, he said that we've got the black fella in us and we've just got a natural ability to fight. Is that offensive before I'd put that in?
I don't think so. Well, I don't.
I'll have to run it by someone before I put that in. I mean that in the nicest way. It's like just a natural, sporty ability.
Yeah. Well, I think, personally, growing up, whenever I tried a new sport, it comes to me naturally. But when I started doing boxing, I felt like I had to put more effort than usual. Like, I remember when you came up to me, I think it was week 1 or 2, and you... It was like the little moment where you were like reassuring me, and I was like, damn, I must be so bad right now for you to come up to me.
No, I'll have a little word. I'm probably more the mental side of things with the boxers, just because I've seen so many boxers prior go through exactly the same thing. So, but it's a completely different type of sport. It's not something, I don't think boxing is something you can fake either. It's almost like a language. Someone said boxing is sort of like, you can't fake knowing another language, and you can't fake boxing. And you've seen some people who think they're tough guys, and you've seen them on the bags. Yeah, Jesus, what is going on here? Well, I'm glad it's coming along. It's very exciting. All the fights are going to be very exciting. But you mentioned a natural sporting ability here. AFLW or Women's AFL. AFLW? Is AFLW what it's called, or is it just the top team?
It's the branding. So AFL and then AFLW is like the woman counterpart of it. Like, it's so like...
You can be like at a local club and play AFLW, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it's called. All right.
Well, it's like AFL.
Yeah.
They just had to do it for a branding perspective for the sport.
I just didn't know whether it was called the same thing.
Women's footy.
Women's footy.
Women's footy.
I had the pleasure of being involved in women's footy, and I was the coach down at Swan Districts.
Really?
This is the early days. I was with the reserves team. This is the early days, probably back in 2007.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is
back.
that Kirby Bentley's era or right before it?
I'm not even sure. I can't remember half the girls' names. I'm so angry, these girls. Oh my God.
Stop.
They were just too much for me in the end. They were wonderful girls, but they were, with the Swannies. This is when they just moved from Southern Thunder and then aligned themselves with the Waffle Clubs kind of thing. And I remember, and they were a handful. But something I did notice was some of the Indigenous girls had this level of skill and natural ability, and I was just stunned. Pick the ball up with one hand, snap. Is that due to playing with brothers or playing? Yeah.
Well, like for me, I had a older brother who played footy, but I also had an older sister. So
six siblings.
Six
you told
siblings.
Me.
Too many.
How many girls and boys in that gang?
4 girls, 3 boys.
Oh, that would have been a handful.
And honestly, like the way that it went, it was like my older brother Brendan, then Angel, then Eric, and then it would be Lily, then me, then Hope, then Talon. So there's like 3 girls in a row. And then like our younger brother, who's turning 18 in November this year, he's the youngest, but our oldest is like 35. So
Not huge.
Yeah. Like, I think there's like 18 years difference between the first and the youngest.
Jeez.
Something like that.
Oh, that you guys would have been a handful.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine that. Having an 18-year-old, then having a newborn. My God. Good on your mum for getting that done. And I'm guessing, from what I've seen with families like that where the girls play, the brothers would not go easy on you at all.
No, honestly, like Eric would just smash us. Like, he would just do it anyway. And the thing is, like, our brothers are so annoying. You know how, like, that you do, like, the shadow boxing? They would do that constantly. And it's so funny now that I'm doing boxing.
Yeah.
I've been doing that with my sisters.
Shadow boxing.
Yeah.
So you walk past them.
Yeah.
They always throw in a bit of a punch. Do they make the noise as well?
I shadow box them, and then they just like look at me and like, Emma, just go away. And I live with 2 of them, so it's like I do it daily.
So you just shadow boxing around the house. Oh, my boys aren't there yet. I can't wait for that. That's like Glenn Austin to do that. I can see him just shadow boxing around the house. Tell me about your football. I've got photos here.
Oh, God.
What have I got here? Probably nothing too fancy here.
Oh, yes.
Is that you?
Yeah, that is me.
That doesn't really look like you. Fairest and best,
Yeah.
2022. Tell me about this. For the Swannies. Good old Swannies.
Well, that's for
Swannies a handful, those Swannies.
the actual
Jeez.
association. So for the Waffle W reserves, when we had reserves,
Yep.
they scrapped it in like 2023. So there's
How
no
come?
more. I don't know the commission's reasoning, but
Intimidation from such guns up forward, I heard.
but that year was COVID year. And from 2021 to 2022, I knew I just wanted to get better, so I just worked on my fitness.
Yep.
And
How's your fitness now?
it's not what it was like then. It's
Boxing
like,
fitness is different, though.
It's different. But that whole year, I just kept on playing my role, and I'm an inside mid, so you're basically in front of the umpires the whole time.
Yeah, running.
But I was really lucky. Our team was top 4. I played probably, I think, 9 games, something like that. When I was actually at the vote count, it came to like the last couple rounds where I just had 1 or 2, 3 voters, and I just secured it.
Took it over.
Yeah.
All yours.
Yes.
Nice. I couldn't even find the speech. Did you get up and make a speech?
I did. It's so funny.
No footage of it, by the way.
Well, there is on Jules Harrison's Facebook page. She's Ashley Sharp's mum.
Ashley Sharp.
Yeah, it's Ashley Sharp, ex-AFLW player.
Oh,
amazing person, yeah. She recorded it for me, and I was just stunned.
Yeah. So you didn't have a speech prepared?
No. I didn't
Just
even...
went off the bat.
The thing is, I thought... I was invited to that because I thought I was in the Waffle W Swan District's leadership group. I didn't think I was a contender for the award. I was just, I'm just here because I'm part of the leadership group. And then when we watched the vote count, I was like, oh my God.
You're getting up there.
I'm up there.
Were you having a drink or two during the night?
I don't. I get way too nervous with award nights. Like, I don't drink at all. I just like process and like I do my own little count just to make sure I'm on track.
Oh no. It's funny when you see people who think I'm no chance here and they go hard on the drinks early and then they say, oh, better put the brakes on this one. I think about the ladies that played footy back in those days, like 2005, 6, 7. Some brilliant, Martine Pearman. She's the assistant coach of the West Coast Eagles AFLW. Oh. She actually did PCR. She did PCR 6. Fought fight 2. Fought Live the Machine Straight Lane and lost on points. But I look back and you got people like her, people like Nikki Harwood.
Nikki Harwood.
Nikki. Oh, big fan of Nikki. Can't say a bad word about that lady. She's the one that got me involved.
I versed her when she was still playing, I'm pretty sure.
Thanks, Freya?
Yeah, I versed her. It's so funny. I think Nikki, she worked at Cedar or something like that, and she was like my younger sister Hope's teacher. And like she would watch us play, and we would be on each other, versing each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those ladies, they sort of paved the way, and they didn't get to live. They didn't get to experience the big stage, and it's a shame that you think about if they were all, say, born 15 years later, some of the talent, because there was some talent back then. Obviously, there's some talent now. Geez, they're getting better. The AFLW getting so much better. Well,
that's because you have more younger girls who've played since Auskick. Like, all those Auskick girls have had that journey since they were 6 years old, whereas, like, I guess a couple of years ago you had either cross-coders or people who started playing when they were like 16, 17. So it's like the skill development that you start when you're young versus when you're like halfway through the teenage years. So, yeah.
You can't beat those early years getting the skills up, can you? Yeah, I remember that used to be maybe one girl in one team or maybe two teams possibly when I was growing up. And girls got to play till like under 15s, and then that's it. They go, no, can't play anymore. That's such a shame. And now, geez, they're starting them early. Good on them. I see a lot in schools as well.
Yeah, well, I think for me, I started playing footy for a club when I was 16.
Claremont? No.
Yeah, Claremont.
Claremont
was Claremont Youth Girls, and we were actually called the Piranhas because it was Western Australian Women's Football League before it transitioned.
How funny. Let me just tie that in.
What?
The Piranhas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's Kiri's nickname.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
But before me playing club footy, because I was a tomboy, I was literally playing King of the Pack with all the boys when I was in primary and, mainly primary school. But we also had like the Fremantle Football Cup where during sport you would literally just play footy for your sport class. And even at lunchtime or recess, I'd be playing with the boys, playing football. So I've always loved footy, but never transitioned to club until I was like 16.
Okay. How did you, you're a little bit, I hope this sounds right, you're sort of a little bit shorter than I'm not having to go at your height here. All I can think about, so I can't get off the thought of your brothers. Your brothers would have been trying to take hangs, trying to take marks over the top of you. You are just the perfect size to try to jump on your shoulders and drive you into the ground. Yeah. You must have had a tough childhood. How much were you on the ground just cleaning yourself up after brothers have got... Name the brother. Who was the biggest bully? Eric?
Eric, the one that I idolised.
Eric made you to the lady that you are today. Thanks, Eric. You should be thanking him. When you got the belt, say, thanks, Eric. All those years of bullying me for all that time. Thanks. This is what I've got to. Cheers, Eric.
But yeah, with my height, it's the thing is, you have talented players like Courtney Hodder, who plays for Brisbane. She's a shorty.
I'm not saying anything's wrong with your height. I wasn't ever going your height at all. I was just picturing the older brothers taking hangs on you. That's all I could think of.
The thing is, I think women are smaller than men, so it's easier to play. But I've played all positions except wing. So when I first started, I was playing as a halfback.
Okay.
A
Defender.
really small halfback. I even played state as a halfbacker. And then as I got older, I transitioned from mid to forward. So more of a ball getter, hard ball get it in, get it out, smash people, she'll be right.
I'd always put, if I was picking a team, I'd always, not always, but I'd look at putting the Indigenous girls up front because they have this talent.
Like I played for obviously Claremont, and we were aligned with the Kimberley as well as like Clontarf Aboriginal College.
Yep.
So we were very lucky to have these talented players, and literally like I remember playing with her name's Mary Smith Benoma. She's a Kimberley girl, and she would just do bananas the whole time and just get goals out of nowhere, and I'd be like, damn,
The talent.
yeah.
There's a girl called Charlie. Oh, I forgot her last name. Charlie, sorry. Charlie and Mitta. There were these two girls that played, Indigenous girls. They used to drive me absolutely insane every week. Honestly, I thought of quitting because of these two girls. They were the most talented two young girls that I've ever seen. Two of the most undisciplined as well. And I just think if these girls, I mean, it's up to them whether they can do what they want. It's their choice. But the ball used to be rolling on the ground. They used to be able to scoop it up with one hand, not even control it, and then snap from the boundary and somehow bend it in. It used to make me, I used to be furious. I used to go, why can't I do that firstly? But yeah, that skill level, that natural skill level, you think that's just in your blood, or you think that's due to growing up being, no one taking it easy on you?
I think it's genetics.
Yeah.
I think as well, having older brothers and siblings and stuff like that, like I just, I think naturally talented, and then you have people who rely on the talent, and then you have people who work hard and become AFLW players like Courtney Hodder and so on. So there's like, you could sit back, play Waffle W or try be an AFLW player. So
okay,
yeah.
Do you support AFLW?
Yes.
Oh,
I support.
Who? What team?
Well,
It better be my team.
The thing is,
No, it sounds
our
like
family,
it's
my Hayward family, have been playing football since the 30s. Our family got into South Fremantle back in 1936, so we've always supported. You broke your mic.
My mic. Hang on, what did I do there? You hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that better? Hang on. We just snapped the microphone. I just snapped the microphone. So I don't know if you can see that in the camera there. That just snapped clean off. Oh, jeez, insurance job. Hang on. Oh, lucky I got a spare. Nice. It's fresh. It's not dented. Sorry, we were talking about your...
who I support for AFLW.
AFLW. Better be my team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it's... our family, the Haywards, started playing
in the 30s.
Yeah, for Waffle. So they were the first Aboriginal family at South Fremantle.
They would have done it tough back then because there was still
all the laws, like there's, I think it was, there's one of the laws where it's like you can't be in the city, the towns or suburb city after 6 p.m. So like they would literally camp on the outside.
They or people?
Oh, no, Aboriginal people. So
that's so rough.
Great-grandfather, Eric Hayward, played for South Fremantle with his two brothers. It was Eric and then Bill and Mally Hayward. They were the first Aboriginal family at South Fremantle.
Yep.
So for me...
Bill and Mally.
Yes.
Mally, that's it. South Fremantle, 1937.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah,
yep.
So they started playing for South Fremantle. When Fremantle came out, naturally in the 90s we all started going for Freo, but I'm a massive fan of women's footy and watching like watching my peers who I played with since I was like 16 become AFLW players. So I both go for, in the women's, Eagles and Freo, purely because I see my peers play. Like Bella Lewis, who's in the leadership group for the Eagles women's. I played with her when she first started playing footy. So I'm like supportive of women's. Yeah.
Got to do that. I'm a Dockers supporter.
Only
because I went to school when they first came out. I went to school with the guy who played for the Dockers, and it's Sean McManus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
And
what a legend!
Oh, one of the best, one of the greatest.
Yeah,
still a great man. Great on the radio.
Well, the thing is, I thought you went for the Eagles because of Evie Gooch and Swanee.
Oh, Evie Gooch. Puh. No.
Stop.
Evie Gooch is my favourite, but hands down, the greatest female footballer of all time in my eyes. Should be the best. And I go for the Dockers in the men's, and I was always unsure about the women's AFL, not sure who to support. And then Evie Gooch came along, and then Swanee came in as well. And I went, done. I'm West Coast Eagle, AFLW West Coast, all the way. I'm in deep. Evie Gooch retired, broke my heart. Yeah. She didn't even tell me. I was with her yesterday, and I don't even talk to her. I go, you should have told me.
You know what's so funny? Like, when you were saying in your other interviews, you're like, I just love Swanee and Evie Gooch. And I'm like, how do you guys even know each other?
Yeah, we won't bring up work. Yeah, okay.
Well, the thing is,
I wasn't going to bring up my work, but that's fine.
Well, it's funny because I have a story where my sister and I...
Tell me a story, Amber Ugle Hayward.
We were on a walk, and we were walking down the Vic Park Strip, and one of the venues that we pass have, like, smoke out of it. So, like, obviously there's a fire. And a couple of minutes later, we hear, the fireys come down, and we're watching them come down, and then we look, and we see Swanee in action going to the venue that was on fire, and I was like, damn, like, she's just killing it.
Doing everything.
And I'm like, they were so fast. They, like, resolved it really quickly, but I was like,
Obviously not me there. I think they'll still be going. She's a master. She's such a good player as well. For someone who is not she's very nimble as well. Swanee's done great things. Good on Swanee. But yeah, I'm very one-eyed for Evie Gooch. That's my favourite. That's right. And Nikki Harwood, I owe a lot to Nikki Harwood. So I'm and I'm mates with Martine as well. So that's. But normal AFL, yeah, definitely Freo. Yeah, always been Freo.
Did you watch the Freo versus Dig Stars?
No. How was that?
I knew Freo was going to get flogged. I was like when I heard the matchup, Fremantle against all of the best Aboriginal players across Australia, I was like...
Oh, was it Australia-wide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, we had...
There's some guns in there.
So many guns. I was like, Freo, we're just going to get smashed.
What was the score?
Oh, I can't remember. It was like... the All-Stars were like something in the hundreds. And then Freo were like 60.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was
terrible.
What about the Indigenous players who played for Freo? Who did they play for?
Oh, so the thing is, before Alex Pearce was like proper injured, he was going to play for the All-Stars, but couldn't. And then Shai Bolton played for... So basically all the Freo Aboriginal players played for the All-Stars.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of the winning team.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I'm not really a big fan of footy.
Oh, really?
I know, I'm not on it anymore. I used to be. I used to be hard into it, but I went away. I went overseas for a few years in the early 2000s when the Dockers went through that slump. And I went, I'm done. I'm done. And I can't get back into it. And I only watch AFLW because of, I'll watch that because of Evie and Swanee. And I'll also watch women's hockey.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I've never watched a hockey game. This isn't having a go at hockey because good on hockey players. That's a tough sport. I would, if someone said you want to go watch a hockey game, I'd say there's a few things that I would I'd say no. But I was watching the women's hockey at the Olympics because of Jane Claxton Maguire, and it's funny. As soon as someone that you know is in a team, how much more you love that sport, and you just want them to go well. And that's what this boxing event is really, because there are 30 people that I get on well with, and it's all on one night. It's so nerve-wracking. I get sweaty. I get nervous. I'm probably worse than you guys. I can imagine Nigel and Glenn getting very nervous because they are 10 times as invested as me. When you are training, can you hear Glenn in the background? Yeah. You have no idea. You have no idea what you're in for on the night.
I had a one-on-one with him yesterday, and he was like, "You'll be hearing me on the night." He was like saying what he was saying. He was like, "Just remember my voice. You're going to hear my voice on the night. That's all you need to think about."
That's all I do. He's on, like, I'm on one side and he's on the other corner, and I can just hear him. I hear him smacking the ring as well. He's got to stop doing this as well. When there's 10 seconds to go, there's a clapper.
Yeah.
There's clap, clap, clap. I don't know if he did it deliberately or not, but one of the events we were commentating, and he's come up and he's obviously gone smack, 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 trying to get the boxer's attention. And I've said, 10 seconds to go in the round. And we were like literally 30 seconds into the round. And I'm like, this round should have ended. And he's very amusing on the sidelines. And if you see Glenn and Craig if you see Nigel and Craig start to get vocal, you know that's when it's getting serious, because they're both quite calm. Yeah. But don't think inside they're both not just going berserk. Sorry, get back to your footy. I'm keen to talk about this footy here. So you started Claremont, then you went to university. Is that like
UWA?
UWA.
Well, Claremont was with the West Australian Women's Football League, and then the Perth Football League first started, I think, in 2017 or 2018. And I was at uni around that time, and I felt like I couldn't commit to Claremont, so I went down to UWA, and it's an amateur club, so it was, everybody get around each other, have a drink straight after the game. Like, it was such a chill vibe. So I went and played for UWA.
What did you study?
I was doing a bridging course at UWA. I was living at University Hall, and I just thought it was like really convenient. But honestly, university for me, I failed twice, so I don't have a degree, but I tried. Yeah. So at that time, I played for an amateur club. UWA was great. We got into that grand final. We were undefeated the whole season. Got into the first final, which was like the qualifier to get in the grand final. We lost to Curtin.
Oh, Curtin. A thorn in my side, Curtin Uni. And then what happened was we beat the other club, which was, West Coast. Is it so you play off for third, fourth? Oh, second, third? Yes. Third, fourth.
And then we got into the grand final. And then we lost by, 4 points to Curtin. It was such a tight game. Like, it was insane.
Does it hurt more to lose by?
Yes.
It does, doesn't it? I prefer to get done by 20 goals.
Yeah, I've played 4 grand finals. So...
What's the record?
As in, like, how many...
Grand finals?
For me? Or just... Well, like...
Out of the 4, how many have we won?
2 wins. So
2 and
it's
2.
Like 50%. I know someone who's played 6 grand finals and has lost every single one. So I'd rather be 50% success.
Maybe it's that person. No, go and name him.
No.
You're a curse.
But I think it's 5 clubs. So Claremont, UWA, and then I went to West Perth. Yeah. I got sponsored to go there, and that was COVID year. So that was 2020.
That year.
Fake year. Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Imagine being that team that won their sole premiership or championship, any sport, in that COVID year. It'd be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Do you see the NBA when, I don't even know who won, but when they won and there was no one in the crowd and they just had all TVs up there, everyone on a Zoom call. I'm like, imagine that. Imagine winning the NBA and that's all you get.
I'm pretty sure, wasn't that the year the Fremantle Women's were like on top? I swear it was.
Doing well.
Yeah, they were doing really well,
and
then they cut it off.
Or something?
Yeah, they were doing the hubs, and then I think it got to the final series, and then they were like, "Oh, we can't do it anymore." So they didn't play. I don't think they played any final series, and then Freo was on top.
So who won?
No one. Yeah.
So there's no winner that year. Get a bit of a rough trot, you ladies.
Yeah.
You do.
But yeah, with my footy journey, West Perth for a year, then
Swannies? Down to Swannies.
Yeah, Swan Districts. And that was, I think 2021 was a good year. Played reserves, but my sister played league and she got into the grand final. And then they lost to Peel.
Thorn in my side. Them and Curtin University, those two. Then you went to Curtin. After all that.
Yes. After I lost to Curtin.
I'm going to call you LeBron. So many teams chasing that win.
No, I moved to Vic Park and Curtin Uni is way closer.
Oh, yeah, around the corner.
Compared to going to UWA. And
good facilities as well. That's got a good ground there.
Yeah, well, they're getting redeveloped. But with Curtin, it's so funny. I made myself a private player on the system, which you can do with Player HQ.
What's that? What's Player HQ?
Player is like where you register, and that's like where all the stats are, who you're versing, the fixtures. It's just like a system for the Perth Football League. And when I first started at Curtin, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to verse UWA. And there was like people who I played with at UWA that was still there. And so I was like, I'll just make myself a private player. So when I get on the field against them, they could just see that I'm playing for Curtin.
Oh, so they thought you might have still been there.
That I was still at Swan Districts. So they obviously didn't see that I transitioned to Curtin. And so when I was on the field that first game against them, and they were like, in the first couple of minutes, they saw me in the forward and they're like, Rambo? And it was just like a chorus of like different people saying my name, and I was like, yeah.
How did they treat you?
They're good girls. Like, I always feel, because with Ammo, it's like, sometimes you just have a really good rivalry, and Curtin Uni and UWA have that. They just
of course, two unis.
Yeah. But they're both very successful unis. Like, they both had a couple premierships. And so they just treated me with respect, and I think that's why I like being at Curtin. It's a really friendly club, and, you know, just having that versing teams that you used to play with. I don't know, like, I feel so connected in that sense in this footy world, and, you know.
Maybe it's because you're playing at an amateur level, so where you get people playing, you know, top level, they'll go, oh, I'm just chasing money. Yeah. Where people will go, no, I'm not playing for a different team because I'm chasing anything. I just needed a more convenient situation, a home life. Yeah, and that's probably why. I mean, the people that don't understand it, you know, they're not ones to worry about.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of ex-AFLW players playing in the PFL. Like, there's Paris, like Wembley have heaps. There's like Paris Laurie, Amy Lavelle, a girl called Tani who had like a opportunity to play for Western Bulldogs. And then at Melville, Ash Atkins, who played for Freo, is playing over there. And then there's like a few others. And then I'm trying to think. Taylor Breslin, who used to play for Freo, is playing for North Fremantle Amateur Club. So, like, they're obviously playing for Perth Football League and not Waffle W just because of that relaxed environment. Like, that club culture is very important. I think the Perth Football League have that down packed, because at Curtin, you know, for pre-seasons, we train with our boy counterparts, and it's like there's 3 teams of the men's playing, training with 2 of the women's. It's like it's a really good vibe. Like, so
they train together.
Yeah. So the top level, like the A men's and the Colts top A and the A reserves, they all train on a separate night. But like the rest is like 9 teams, something like that, something crazy at Curtin. And there's like 3 men's team that train with the women's in pre-season. And it's like so good. Their skills are so good, and it just helps.
Makes everyone better.
Yeah.
That's good that that's changed, because I remember back in the 2007, the reception that the girls got was not good. There's an AFL player, I won't name him, but he's a well-known AFL player. said some of the worst stuff that I've ever heard towards the female players, and I was like, he was in the early days. I think he just wasn't mature enough. He and I have words, and to this day, I still hold a grudge. And I'll tell you afterwards who it was. I'm not.
Or Eagles.
Okay, hang on. This is not going on camera. Don't say that name.
I'm not surprised. Stop.
I was filthy with what this person said. I'm not saying who it was, but he's a well-known player for a West Australian team, and he was inappropriate. Anyway, let's move on. What else have we got here? Not only have you played for a number of AFLW teams, you've travelled a lot. When I say travelled, I mean you've lived. What caused you to live in? You attended 13 schools, expelled from 12. I heard.
Stop it.
That's what I heard. That's what Eric told me. That's what Eric told me that. No.
Why I went to that many schools?
Tell me.
So
kicking off in Port Hedland.
No,
is that where you were born?
No, I was born in Perth at Bentley Hospital, so very close to me. But the reason why I've been to so many towns and high schools is my dad. He did a teaching degree after a lawyer degree. He did that.
Doing well.
Yeah, well, he did it late in life, so he basically went to all the schools that nobody else wanted to, and he dragged us kids everywhere. So we first started in Perth.
Because there's not a big demand for... Well, not demand. There's a high demand.
Yes.
There's just not a
in the
big
regional,
supply.
Yeah. So we started in Perth, and then we went to Esperance. So
What's it like down there?
Well, I was like 4 years old.
Have you been back?
No.
I heard it's nice. I heard the water's very
nice.
cold.
It's beautiful. I remember, I still have memories of going down to the beach and to Frenchman's Peak. It's like a mountain or like a hill that's there. I have really nice memories. I went to Knowlton Primary School, which is like one of the kindies that was there. From there, we went to, I think it was Queen's Park Primary School in Perth. Yep. So we lived in Queen's Park. And then we went to Cassia Primary School in Port Hedland. So we moved to Hedland for 2 years. From there, with my memory, it gets a little bit sketchy.
Calbarry?
But no, I go back down to Perth, go to Inglewood Primary School.
Inglewood?
Yeah, I'll go to
Just
Inglewood.
down the road.
Yeah, down the road. That's where I went.
My kids are.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to ask you that because it's so close.
When did you graduate? What year?
Oh, the thing is...
Oh, hang on, not graduate. Jeez, you don't graduate from primary school.
I went there, I think, 2008.
How old are you?
I'm 25. Born in 2000.
Such a young'un.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, some of the schools I only went to a term or like a semester, so 2 terms. So after Queen's Park and after Inglewood, I went to Kalbarri District High School.
Kalbarri's nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. I did gymnastics there. Like, it's such a good environment and like good town, good people. We would walk to school. From there, from Kalbarri, we went to...
Cundinan?
Yeah, which is...
it's
terrible.
From Kalbarri to Cundinan, that's a big change.
In the middle of the wheat belt, we went to Cundinan District High School. From there, I went back to Perth, went to Mount Claremont Primary School, which is in Claremont. From there, Southern Dianella Primary School, which is, I guess, 10 minutes from here. Yeah. And then I went to Bunbury, so I finished year 7 off at Picton Primary School, which is in like Glen Iris, where Bunbury's Farmers Market.
Yeah, I know where Picton is.
Yeah, well, that's where I went and graduated year 7. From there, went to Bunbury Senior High School for 2 years. Went back to Perth. Went to Mount Lawley Senior High School.
So my other one is?
For a year. And then I finished at Admiral Catholic College. And I actually went to... I graduated with Aneva's sister, Langley. So I went to high school with Aneva's sister. graduated there, and so that's, I can't even remember how many schools that is, but yeah. Oh, I also went to Watheroo Primary School, which is like another wheat belt town. That's like,
what's it called?
Watheroo. Like, they decommissioned it, but Watheroo's outside of Moora. Like,
okay.
Yeah, it's
way.
like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Further inland.
How did you find it in these smaller towns? How did you find the local community accepting you guys?
Our dad was a teacher.
Yeah?
Yeah, so everybody knew that he was a teacher. So it's like, as soon as you know that, then, you know, I feel like you automatically get accepted.
Okay.
Just because Dad taught the kids of the community. So, and it's such a small town, like everybody knows everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because I've heard reports of people moving to places like Pemberton or Albany, and lovely places, but they've found it very, very hard to integrate into the local community.
I've always, our dad has always put us into sports. So,
that's the best way.
Smash us into sports. We would always, you know, be encouraged to, hang out with the kids after school. So it was you know, second nature.
So your dad, let me get this right. He's moving from Kalbarri to Cunnanan with 8 kids.
No, so by that time, my eldest brother moved to Albany, and then finished high school down there, as well as my other brother Eric. He did that too. And then Angel, she did boarding school in Perth. So she went to St. Bridget's. Mm-hmm. So he was basically dragging the rest of us.
But still, just the thought of moving town would be hard.
Yeah.
But repeatedly with kids as well.
We would...
were you good kids?
No.
It's a big surprise.
We would do, you know, the road trips. We would drive to these places. The only place that we didn't drive to was Port Hedland, because purely it's so far. But we would drive to Kalbarri from Perth, and it would be 8 hours. And the only way to keep us chill was back in those days.
Food.
The CDs. He would put on his own music, and we would listen to ELO, so Electric Orchestra, or who else? It was Susie Quattro, Nirvana. He would put all his bangers on.
Oh yeah,
and we would just be used to it. And the thing is, we would just rotate the CDs. So all the So Fresh albums, we would rotate it constantly.
Some hits back in the day.
Yeah.
Do they still do those? So Fresh.
I have no idea.
They don't do albums. There's no need. You got Spotify.
Yeah.
At least you got to enjoy that CD era. That was where you used to listen to every song on that CD.
Yeah. Who was it?
That's quite a range of music genres there. If he's gone ELO, Electric.
Yes.
So Electric Orchestra. And then they've moved, and then on to Nirvana. That's a big swing.
He had such a different music taste. We had AC/DC. Oh my gosh,
So he appreciates all types of music.
Yeah,
good on him. What do you think of the Instagram posts, the music that's been used on your...
I was like...
Be honest. I
was like, Alicia Keys.
Yeah, but the song was...
This Girl's on Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of anything else. I don't do the Instagram... That's the only Instagram post I do. And I said, what music do you want? They said, choose what you want.
I was at training.
No. Nigel and Glenn said, just choose whatever music you want. And I just went, there's going to be nothing but bangers on here. You can tell I think you can tell it's me, because the posts that the normal social media guys do, the music's very appropriate and current and very popular, where I've just gone, I'm just going to go the old hits. It's pretty much my CD collection there. We've been going over an hour. Yes. We've been gas bagging today. Jeez, it's just you today. I think it's just you today, is it? Yeah, just you today. Oh, Angus has changed his date. There we go. One tomorrow. Should we actually get on the PCR?
Yes.
What else have we got in here? Actually, we'll go through here. What's a fun fact? Family had a game called the Haywards versus the Outlaws.
Back in the 90s. And it was literally, so my pop's one of 14 siblings. So you can imagine how many family members playing that. But in the Outlaws, people like Ernie Dingo and Richard Wally played.
Ernie Dingo played?
Yeah, Ernie Dingo played.
Yeah. Is that your phone? There's a rule here in these interviews. If your phone rings, you have to answer it and put it on speaker.
It's on Do Not Disturb. So.
Oh, it sounds like it. Just buzzing on my desk. So how did that game go? Was it all played in the right spirit, or was it?
Yeah, the Outlaws won.
Yeah, over the Hayward. Hang on, you filled a team. The Haywoods filled a full team.
Yeah, back in the 90s. Because
how many of you is there? There's a lot, isn't there?
Well, it's like the generation above us. So it's like our pop's siblings, because he was one of 14. Like, he had all his brothers. Like, there was heaps of them. And then, like, think of their first cousins. And then think of, my dad and then his generation. Like, there's heaps of us.
It must be.
Yeah.
There'd be tons.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I got a mate, his last name's Kickett.
Yes.
And I know that Kickett.
Which ones?
Alec Kickett.
Okay.
Yeah. Good man, great man, by the way. Just became a dad. Congrats, mate. And I've
From Narrogin?
I don't know.
You need to know.
He's from Belmont. That's all I know. That's where I met him, in Belmont. No, he's a good man. Good on you, Alec. And he was telling me about the Kickets, and there's tons of you guys, tons of them. And I suppose with the Eagles, because the Eagles, the name, the Hayward isn't as common as Ugle. I thought.
I mean, it's
could be
down.
right.
If you go down like Nowangarup, Tanning Way, like there's heaps of Haywards.
Okay.
So with my family, I'm lucky to have. I'm Aboriginal on both sides. So on my dad's side, I'm a Hayward, but on my mum's side, she is not only a Ugle, she's a Kickett, but also Woods and Robertses, so down in Albany Way. So our family connection from me, it's like not only in Perth, but Narrogin, down to Nowangarup, Tanning, Albany. Like, that's all my family down there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You guys are everywhere.
Exactly.
You've always got somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
You need to stay. No. Is there any beef between the families?
Nah.
Everyone gets along. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Let's just throw a footy in there. Let's just sort it out this way. That's what I do. Good on you. So, okay, so you filled the team, the Haywoods. By the sound of it, you could fill a whole league with the Haywoods and the Outlaws. How'd you get Richard Wally and Ernie Dingo to play?
Well, this is like, so my pop was really good mates with Richard Wally when they were, my pop is really amazing, just to let you know. He knows a lot of people. Like, he went to the same boarding home as Sid Jackson, so he's very well connected. But
he would have done it tough back in the day.
Well, he actually also played for East Perth, like the Thirds, back in the day. He was a very hard man. Like, he was so strict, but he really is probably the reason why the next generations is so successful, is because he did the hard yakkers. Like, he worked with someone for like Department of Aboriginal Affairs back in the day. Like, he also lived in Port Hedland at one stage. Like, he wrote a book about our family history as well as all the Noongars down in the southwest, and it's called No Free Kicks, and it's basically my family tree, and he talks about different Noongar families. It's just so well. But he is the reason why I'm really successful, is because he did the hard yakkers back in the day.
Yeah, they did. Geez, Glenn Austin messaging me. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Ding! I've got it on airplane mode, but for some reason this thing still goes. Oh, you saw it up there.
Yeah, I did. I just see it up there.
Glenn Austin. I don't know. Lloyd, okay, I don't want to know. How do I turn this off? Jeez, need some kids in here to help us. So I can't believe he just threw me off. I got to ask you about Ember Connect.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. This is sort of jumping forward a little bit here. You're the ambassador? You're the youth ambassador?
Gosh, I've done like a lot of things.
Look at you there.
Stop.
Ambassador youth. Look at your hair.
So.
Oh, you can't even look at it.
No, I can't. It's traumatizing.
There we go. I'll just enlarge it for you. Department of Communities Youth Week Ambassador 2023. Amber Ugle Hayward. Who's that with you?
Amy Astle.
Amy Astle. Good on you, Amy. Shout out. I know she loves the show.
Yeah.
And is this part of Ember Connect?
No. So for me,
start with Ember Connect. Hit me.
Well, Ember Connect only happened last year, so
yep.
I applied for a grant to do a initiative of mine that I've always wanted to do, and it's, this year I'll be doing a yarning tour. So I'm going to all the schools that I went to when I was younger to give back and talk about my life journey and the challenges that I have faced. And I just want to be someone who's out in the community helping others. For me,
you're going back to all those schools?
Yeah, going back to
all of them. Inglewood Primary was here. Inglewood at Mount Lawley.
I'm trying. Inglewood Primary need a bloody reply to my email.
If you go there, right, have a look at the 800 kids there, and you'll be able to pick my son out of that group. He's just like me, little ranger.
But with Ember Connect, they awarded me a grant to do travelling for the next year, where I'm going to go to all those regional schools and speak to the kids there.
When's that starting?
So I'm hoping to start after PCR.
Start after PCR.
Yeah. So I've been forward planning. But what I've done is I do a lot of stuff in the community where I volunteer or I just, help out different organisations. When I saw the opportunity for the Youth Week Ambassador stuff, so that was like back in 2021, and I was like, oh, this sounds like something I could do, and I applied for it. And
this photo? Yeah,
terrible. But basically what you do is, as a Youth Week Ambassador, you're the face of young people in WA. Every April they celebrate a week called Youth Week, and basically you go to the events, you speak to media, and you're just out and about representing our young people in WA. And so I did that in 2022, and I was lucky enough to do it again in 2023 because of like the COVID year and just different processes. So
how were you received?
I think I was received well.
You're very well spoken, I've got to say.
Media
that.
trained. Media
trained. Maybe I need a bit of that.
Media trained.
Okay. So sorry to cut you off there. So you were well received by everyone?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
I enjoy speaking to people and sharing my story. What I don't enjoy is public speaking. Even though I do it a lot, I hate it because I'm being perceived. Oh, God. Stop it.
What have I found here? Training of the year.
There's too much stuff online. It's so terrible. I'm like...
Hey, I find stuff that you try to hide. So when this just gets put in my face, Amber Ugle Hayward, Training of the Year 2021.
For WA.
Search it up on YouTube, everyone. It'll pop straight up.
Oh, gosh. But...
Sorry.
Just all the stuff. Like, I really enjoy helping people, and I've found different avenues, and public speaking is what I do. So I do that I've done it for different government departments, but I've also done it for like organisations. Just, showing people that even though you're facing struggles right now, there is a pathway forward, and it might not seem like it right now, but you do have a future, and you do have, you are valued in life, and you can make it out there even though it's hard.
Is that, I suppose, linked in with the mental health of kids nowadays?
It's really hard because, I feel like...
Do they feel lost, some of these kids?
Well, I feel like your era would have been like,
the old man era.
Don't speak about it, just cover it up.
Oh, That's exactly what I do. My life is, I still do it. You know, I tell people to talk about it. I just push my rage down on a daily basis. Just push it down. There's more room. Get more in there. You know, a cup? Yeah. Someone described me as a cup. You know how a glass, you know, you fill it with water and then you can actually fill it above the rim, you know, and it sits like that. That's my life. All I need is that one little flick and it is going to erupt.
Yeah. Well,
says my life, everyone. Jeez, is my wife a lucky lady getting this? Oh yeah, I'm on the edge 24/7 with stress and pushing feelings down and denial. Keep going.
The thing is,
I feel better. That'll get me through another 2 weeks.
Stop. I think our generation is like, we recognise that the past generations have suppressed that, so it's easier. What's it called? A problem that's shared is halved. So I think it's the more opportunity when you speak to someone that you're comfortable with, it's easier to process what you're going through. And I think nowadays it's really hard because, like, social media is everywhere. Like, it's insane. Like, you could get bullied online and you could have all these experiences, and sometimes it's very public, and that's in itself is so hard. But then you have, like, the advocacy side where there's, like, young people who have had, you know, different mental experiences that have gone through it that publicly share it. And it's nice to see that there's people who you could relate to that you could easily even contact. So I think our generation is, like, more, it's easier to reach out in a sense. And there's more resources, like, you know, all the phone helplines, like, there's more opportunities to actually get help.
I completely agree. And I think some of the work that these people do is brilliant, and I think it saves lives. With that, also creates the ability for people to abuse it and to make money off it, and a bit drives me insane. Like, how do you determine who's legit? How do you determine who's
authentic,
just doing or who's
genuine.
just doing it for attention? Imagine someone out there who's in Barney Rubble, and then they go, "Oh, you're just doing it for attention." You go, "No, this person's hurt."
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I feel like sometimes I always have, like, a moment of reflections, and I'm like, is this genuine if I say this in a speech, or am I trying to, like, victimize myself, or in that kind of aspect of, like, I'm constantly reflecting, like, what can I say? Is it going to be authentic? Like, I think you have people who constantly doubt themselves when they are trying to, you know, share the story and share what's helped them, but then obviously you have the people who abuse it and, you know, do it to create a platform for themselves.
And to be vulnerable by actually telling the story.
Yeah.
It must be hard. Good on the people that do it, because there are some people that are hurting really bad that aren't saying a word. Maybe it's an embarrassment thing. Maybe it is a guy thing. And my generation used to sort it with alcohol.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to go on as much, alcohol. It's normally, I suppose, other stuff that people use. Yeah. What's the future hold, do you think?
For our generation? Or?
With what's going on, we lose a different, I don't know, celebrity, you know, if something's happened, something personal, mental health issues, we seem to lose a different person every day.
Yeah. It's hard because I feel like with celebrities, it's so public. Like, I don't know if you remember last year how Liam Payne passed away. I'm a massive One Directioner.
How's the hits?
Oh my god!
One Direction had some hits.
Yeah, and like Liam Payne.
Should put it on in the background.
Don't know him.
Still My Girl. Still is one of the greatest. How good was the video clip?
Yeah.
It was directed by Danny DeVito. Did you know that? That's what I heard. Don't quote me on that.
But like he was one of the once they disbanded, he was one of them that really wanted the band to get together. But you could also tell the fact that he became a celebrity when he was so young impacted him.
Didn't he have a kid to Cheryl Cole?
Yeah, he did.
Wasn't she like, she got a couple of years on her? Yeah, old. She's 10 years junior to me.
She met him. Sorry.
Tell me.
So, off topic, but she met him when he was 14 doing X Factor, like whatever it was, and then they got together after he turned 18. Like, isn't that not weird?
Imagine if it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Imagine if it was, what's the guy's name? The guy's had too much Botox. What's his name? Simon Cowell. Imagine Simon Cowell meeting a 14-year-old girl. Come on. Come on, R. Kelly. Get off there.
Brad. Jeez Louise.
Oh, that one's going in. That's my, jeez, I pushed it too far there. That's going in. I don't care. So how do you feel about social media?
Oh, I hate it. I hate being perceived. It's so weird for me to say because I'm constantly putting myself in different things and putting myself out in public. But social media is just, it's really draining. Like, it's great in different avenues, like educational kind of ways, resources and stuff like that. But, gosh,
there is
everything's out there and it's like constantly out there.
There is one girl in your crew that does love social media.
Yeah, but she's stunning. She's a slay. Stop it. Is that when she missed training?
Abby, what you got to realise is I screenshot everything, so you can delete it, but I've got it right there. Gee, she loves boating, that girl, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, I think it was a recent purchase.
Madness. Sorry, getting back on a serious note on the social media. Yeah, it is. I don't know what the answer is. I wish I knew. I don't like it. I just go on, have a bit of a peruse now and then, but it's such a time waster, isn't it? Is it worse than gaming? Do you into gaming?
I love gaming. Older brother. Like, I'm telling you, like, when I was 6 years old, we would be playing Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that was a great game.
Or even, like, do you remember Brute Force? It was, like, back in the day.
That was
Aliens,
like a PlayStation game.
Halo, like, honestly. And then, like, transitioning from those games, I would play Sims. I was obsessed with Sims 4 in high school. Like, I would literally play on it until, like, it's like, the way I see me playing Sims is like when I look at my younger cousins playing Dress to Impress on Roblox. It's exactly like that. I'm like, that was me.
Roblox, that's a beast, that thing.
Yeah. But on occasion, I play, and my uncle actually bought my sister and I the new Black Ops. So we've been playing
What
that.
are you playing on? PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation. Always.
Oh, I didn't realise there was that much beef. Funnily enough, it was Alec Kickett, that told me this, because I said I've got Xbox 360. I just play one game. I play NBA Jam. That's all. Not the old one. But he told me, PlayStation just destroys Xbox. Really?
I don't really get into the beef, but like...
Sounds like you do. The way you looked at me.
The thing is, I first started gaming on the original Xbox, like, the big blocky cube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's what we first started. But we transitioned to, like, PlayStation 2 and never looked back. Like, my sister has a PlayStation 5.
Same games?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I just don't know what the difference between the systems. I'm just PlayStation.
I know that the Nintendo are the only ones who got a Mario.
Yeah.
That's all. I got Mario Kart.
Yeah. My sisters are obsessed with Mario Kart. Honestly. And like, do you remember Wii and playing like
oh yeah,
what's it called?
How many TVs got smashed because someone...
Too many. But even like with PlayStation, our family was obsessed with SingStar. So like a lot of our
that
music,
would have been great. I wish I was there for that.
A lot of our music was influenced because of SingStar.
That's such a good marketing tool. I never thought of that. What about Guitar Hero?
So I started getting into Guitar Hero like when I was like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Terrible hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
But we'd play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like playing a real guitar. Nothing like it. And they expand on it. You can get like band here or whatever it's called, and you've got decks.
Yeah.
And there's like the full range of instruments.
We had the guitar, and then we also had the DJ set, but then like I think my younger brother broke it, so we just had two guitars.
Just a weapon at some point. How's the rage that comes when when games don't go the way people...
Oh, I've actually...
Gamer rage, I believe it's called. term.
I don't really get gamer rage, but I play Overcooked with 2 of my younger cousins, and I've trained them to like read my mind when I'm playing it, because you can play with 4 people.
What's Overcooked?
It's like a cooking game, and like I think it's on PlayStation. You play with it, and then like you cook different recipes. But I've taught my cousins Lila and Grace to like have a certain process. I'm like, one's on this, one's on that, all together, just make it. And like they read my mind.
So you've got the kids lined up like a line cook.
Basically. And they get so mad at me. They're like, Emma, I hate it when you get like this.
It's so addictive, those games. I had a Grand Theft Auto Vice City addiction at one point, and I used to... probably for about a month. It was so unhealthy. I couldn't believe it. That's all I was thinking about. I went without sleep. I know I got a good GTA poster there. I know.
Stop.
Someone gave me that years ago. That was my first ever poster. That's why I've got there. I probably should change it.
What's the one that's after Vice?
San Andreas.
Is that the one with Franklin and that?
No, the GTA 5 has got Franklin and Michael and
I like the crazy guy on that. The one that's like crazy with Franklin and Michael, and it's the other guy. I forgot his name. But I would always play as him because he's...
Oh, I thought you were actually making fun of me. My kids call me that guy.
What? Really?
Oh, have a look. Please tell me I don't look like this guy. No, good.
I don't reckon.
Thank God. That's what they said, because they've heard me talk like him some days in the car. He swears a lot. What else we got? Someone did it. Just wait till it pops up. Yeah, there's that photo again, twice.
I literally had like a recent thing for work where I spoke for International Women's Day, and I used that photo, and I was like, no.
What's wrong with the photo?
I hate it.
I got blonde hair in there at the bottom. This is on. This was an interview. I'm going to put it up here. Everyone wants to have a look. It's on Noongar Radio.
Stop!
What? It is
telling people.
Noongar Radio, 100 point. I just want to talk about Noongar Radio.
Yeah.
They play some hits. They play some bangers on Noongar Radio. That I don't listen to the radio much, but if I do listen to it, that's the only one I listen to.
Really?
It's almost like, this is how I look at it. Tell me if I'm wrong here. This is how I look at Noongar Radio. It's obviously run by all the DJs and everything are Indigenous DJs. And they're like, all right, well, these songs are popular. This is what everyone's listening to. Now, I'm just going to play the hits I like, and that's why I like that radio. Because they produce, you go on normal radio and you go,
it's the same thing.
They're going to get a bit of Taylor Swift, now we're going to get a bit of Ed Sheeran, a bit of Phil Collins, a bit of something. But when you click on 100.9 FM, Noongar Radio, you go, I'm about to go on a journey with these guys. They just produce hits. I should do the promo for these guys. Imagine that. You go on a journey with 100.9 FM. How long has Noongar Radio been around?
Ages. I think they've transitioned different names, but I'm pretty sure it was like the 90s or early 2000s.
Really? I thought it was new.
No.
I'm only just discovering this stuff.
No. It's been out for years.
Good on your Noongar Radio. I don't know any of the DJs' names. I'm sorry about that, but you guys have some hits. They just produce. You can tell it's the DJ's playing what he likes. Yeah. Good on him or her. Should we get into this PCR?
Yeah.
Considering an hour 30. Jeez, you can talk for a while. It's all about you. I'm blaming you for everything here. Sponsor. Probably should talk about your sponsor first. Where is the link? I had it here. Damn it. Anyway, it's Muscle. Was it Muscle Times Movement?
Yeah.
I thought it was Muscle X Movement. Are you sure? Because if I say the wrong thing here,
Katie's fine. Katie's so chill.
Well, probably better. Leave that photo. Probably best that I actually get the pronunciation of it correctly. Correct. Get it correct. How do you say it?
Well, I say Muscle Times Movement.
Muscle Times Movement, not Muscle X Movement. I've been saying it wrong. Sorry, Katie. They're a remedial massage business that cater to all. I got a bad back. Do you reckon they can sort me out?
Yeah.
Really?
It's just literally Katie. Like, she's so good.
Where is Katie located?
Mount Hawthorn.
Oh, yeah, it's close enough. Unless Katie want to come here and do it because I'm too lazy to drive to Mount Hawthorn. Tell me about Muscle X Movement.
So
Times Movement. Jesus, Katie, please message me and tell me how to pronounce it. Actually, call me because if you message me, you'll just write it down and that won't help. So call me.
So I think Katie started, like, she's always been, like, hired out as just one person. She would work across different centres or different, like, businesses. And then I think 3 years ago she created Muscle Times Movement and just branded it herself. She's just one person at the moment, and I think she's hiring for an admin person. But basically, Katie does remedial massage. She also does acupuncture, or like the needles. So she's really good. Yeah.
Trying to find a team here there.
She works alongside.
Is that Katie?
Yeah, Katie's on the left.
Katie Beaton.
Alexia and Carly, she works out of their clinic, so she has like a little room.
Is she a footy player?
She used to be. She actually...
Where do I know her from?
Well, Katie played for Swan Districts.
That might be it.
Yeah, like back in the day. Like I think her last season was 2023.
Oh, no, I was well gone by then. Got asked to leave. After that incident.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so...
No, I deserved it. I deserved to be asked to leave after what I said. I said some things I should not have said. Anyway, let's get this. Katie Beaton, keep going.
But she's also done, I think she was doing track. So she was like doing hurdles. So she was an athlete herself as well. So Katie basically does everything and she's pretty insane. So
good on her. And the business is going well?
Yeah.
So she works alongside these guys, obviously niche physio and Pilates as well. So these, let's just actually look at their address. Why didn't I have the address up here? Shame on me. Of course it's not in there. They're in Mount Hawthorn, aren't they? There we go. Physiotherapist 126B Hobart Street, Mount Hawthorn, WA. Oh, just off Scarborough Beach Road there. I know where that place is. It's funny. I drive around and firstly, thank you for sending me in a good quality logo as well. That makes my job a lot easier. Some people didn't. And what happens is I waste about 3 hours trying to rebuild their logos. And I'll be driving around, I'll see a logo, and then I'll go, I've never known when the business was, but it'll just pop up. And I'll be like, they sent me a good logo, those people. And then I'll drive someone else, and I'll go, fuck those people. Okay, Scarborough Beach Road. There we go. There's a McDonald's just down there somewhere, isn't there? That's how I know where it is. Okay, let's have a look where this is. Let's go Google Maps here. Remind me, I should write this down. I know, right opposite the bloody Paddington Ale House. I know the one. There it is right there. Good on you. I think I parked in there when I went to Paddington Ale House. Didn't get done for drink driving. Okay, so there, she's your sponsor. Is she going to be there on the night?
Yeah, she will be.
How does she enjoy getting dressed up and enjoying festivities?
Yeah.
7 hours.
Yeah, she'll be right.
Foyer opens 4:30 p.m. It sounds early, but it's not. Just if everyone's organised, get there 4:30, foyer opens. Drinks are, what we should say, not say foyer opens at 4:30. We should say drinks start at 4:30. Sorry, are you cold, by the way?
No.
Okay, I got the AC cranking in here. We should say drinks start at 4:30. That's all. That's all you got to say. Everyone's there. Champagne. You get to see the cutouts and everything. Have you seen your cutout?
Yeah.
Looks I sent it to you, didn't I? Just to make sure. So this is going off.
I know about the socks. And you were telling me how I was wearing white socks.
Oh, you got.
Well, you should say that. Don't wear white socks.
I didn't know. No, it's all been sorted. Let's actually see if I can get your photo up here. That's not it. I can't remember what it is. Basically, what's happened is the background was taken out, and just by chance. I can't even find where it is, I'll be honest. All that happened was you just went legs, nothing, foot. So your foot was just floating in there. I'll find it. At some point I'll find it. Anyway, what were we even talking about then?
My sponsor?
Oh, the logos.
Oh, yeah.
The logos. So I can't even remember. I am sleep deprived. So she's going, okay, so the doors are open or the drinks start at at 4:30. So if everyone gets there early, I believe, don't quote me on this, we still got to lock this away. I believe the first fight is at, I think, about 5:30.
Okay.
So you want to be seated there. The first fight is Georgia the Stingray versus Megan Bang Bang Brown. Megan messaged me this morning, and she goes, "Oh, you've put the wrong name in." And I've gone through these things 500 times, by the way. And it's because it's Megs, not Megan. That's it. So I didn't put the wrong name in. Get off my back, Megan. Jeez. Bloody classic red team right there. That's what that is. That is So, have you been to one of these events before?
No, but my uncle, who I've invited to come, he has worked at Crown for like the last 15 years or something like that. He's seen a lot of the PCR events, and he's like, it's always popping off. Like, it's one of those events that you need to go to. It
is. It really, and it's, I mean, not just saying, I'll say this to everyone, it is actually, it's that exciting and it's that good. And the more people can learn about each fighter, the more invested, the more the night is. Everyone's got their one, possibly two fighters. But if you can spend a bit of time to get to know the fighters, it's like any kind of card, you know, like a UFC card. If you only know the two main fighters, the rest of the card's boring. It's why I like the whole night. So it's 15 fights, and this is your first. Okay, so this is your first event. Have you known anyone that's been in here before?
Yeah, I've actually known a few footy girls.
Here we go.
As in Ellen Burke and Chloe Smith.
I remember Chloe Smith.
Yeah,
they were the early
blue.
days.
They were both blue team. And then one of the only reasons why I'm so excited to actually be on the blue team.
No, jeez. Who's excited to be on the blue team?
I'll show you a photo. Where is it?
So Chloe Smith, and sorry, who was the other one?
Ellen Burke.
Ellen Burke.
They're like best mates. I both played with them back in Claremont days. But they were a few years older than me.
They were back in the early days, weren't they? That was back when it was at the Perth Convention Centre.
Yeah, actually, I messaged Chloe and I was like, hey, like,
I can't even find which actual event they're in there. Chloe Burke, no, can't find it. What are you doing on your phone?
I want to show you a photo. The reason why I'm so hyped to be on the blue team.
Is this one?
This is back in 2017. Yeah, I rewatched this fight because I was like,
hang on, were they the main event?
Yeah.
They were.
It was Juddy versus Courtney Guard.
There it is. That was PCR 5.
Yeah, so I got presented to my jumper when I was 17 for the under-18s state team, and Cara did that. I was like, she's my idol.
She did well that night.
I rewatched it. I was like, damn, like the whole time she was just giving it. And what I noticed more in that fight, she blocked a lot. Like she just didn't let it come. I was like, oh my gosh, I want to be exactly like you.
Head movement.
Yeah.
That's the key. I believe that PCR 5, whether it was because that was the last at the convention centre where they moved the crown, there was this turning point in the PCR, and I reckon maybe that was it. Maybe it's when they saw the standard of those girls, and then everyone started to take it more seriously. Like you go to PCR 6, and there was still a couple of guys in that. I'll name the two of them, Timmy D'Souza and Brad McElroy, who I think they decided to see who could drink the most alcohol during their training campaign. One, of course, by Timmy D'Souza, and then people started thinking, well, we can't take this lightly anymore. And the standard is outstanding, absolutely. And it's just getting better and better. And people that, like a lady that fought called Jasmine Barrelink, she fought, never boxed, never did anything before. And where she got in 8 weeks was incredible. And even look at you. Even look at you. Like, it's a shame we didn't take more videos of you on day one. That's why it's good Lloyd's doing all that kind of stuff, because you'll see a difference. And on the night, you get the adrenaline. It'll all come together. And if you're fighting early, can't tell you where you're fighting yet. I think it'll be released this week when everyone's fighting. So, yeah, you'll be proud of yourself. Are you staying at the Crown?
Yes.
How many? Friday and Saturday, or just Saturday?
Friday
Double.
and Saturday, yeah.
That is a good idea. That extra day, that Friday, it will help because there's a rehearsal. I believe it's going to be about 3:00, and Jesus, look at the time. There is rehearsal at 3, and by the time you check in, do the rehearsal, get back up to your room, it's almost time to go. So that extra day is, let me just double check what day I've got this meeting. 1 p.m. today. Beautiful. Good. I just remembered I had a meeting, a very important meeting with the people that do the audio visual. So it is kind of important. I see, I'm playing it. I'm writing a book. Look at that. 2023. Jesus. That's where I'm at. Staying that extra day on the Friday is a good thing. It's just, it lets you relax a little bit more. So, are you a drinker?
No.
Don't drink at all?
Well, the thing is,
Social.
If I'm going to drink, I'm going to get smashed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, especially with footy season, I don't really drink during footy season. End of season, totally different.
Oh, yeah.
On the beers.
Party time?
Yeah.
You got to reward. Are you going to reward? I'm not encouraging drinking at all here, but I'm just saying that. Are you gonna?
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Well, the thing is, like, I've kind of prioritized boxing over footy, so might as celebrate and cap it off.
This could be almost like a pre-season for you. Are you going to play this year?
Yeah. Well, I actually got told off last week because I've been to training. So before being in blue team, and we were all training together, it was Monday, Wednesday footy training, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday boxing. And so that's what I was doing. And then last Wednesday at training for footy, I went for a spoil.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I went for a spoil and I hyperextended my elbow. And so I was panicking. Saw the physio and she was like, it's a sprain. And
did you see Katie?
No. So Katie's remedial massage, whereas I go have a separate physio who was like, it's a grade 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And so when I rocked up to training on Thursday night, got told off by Nigel.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, no more footy training. And I was like, don't need to tell me twice.
There was a guy by the name of Alex Torres who I think he's fighting. He's an MMA fighter. I'm pretty sure he had a fight at about like week 6 or something.
Really?
Yeah. And then he had one straight after. He's an absolute madman. He fought Barry Cox twice, 1-on-1. I'd love to see the trilogy there. Well, you can imagine putting in all this work, and this being injured and not being able to fight isn't just about you.
It's about the opposition too. Yeah.
Imagine the performance Kiri would put on if she didn't have an opponent.
The thing
She'd
is,
want to go to the commentary desk. I would just go, no, get away.
Abby last training, like last Thursday, was giving me shit. She was like, after training, she was like, better not be serious because, like, you don't want the other person not to have a fight. I was like, thanks, Abby. Thanks for your concern. Get
back on your boat and take some more selfies for Instagram, Abby. Jeez, let's just get into the whole red team today. I will jump ship. I will just switch teams so quick. I'm a fence sitter, I'll be honest. No. Like, I don't take sides. Sometimes. Yeah, I think that if you make sure that obviously you don't want to get injured, but there's only 4 female fights, and the female fights, the 4 female fights are traditionally the most watched and the most popular fights, and it always happens. I think the biggest one ever, the most popular fight, was Casey Groves, Nigel's sister.
Oh, really?
She fought, I like Case, she's a lovely lady. She fought another lady I'm a huge fan of, Jenna Greer. And if you ever question whether the guys are going to give certain people an easier fight, they don't. They gave Casey a horrible fight, and Casey did win. But when I say horrible, I just meant that Jenna was good.
Yeah.
She's just so strong. and it was so close, and Casey just got the win. And if you look, it's on YouTube, and if you have a look, you look at the face on Nige, just the relief. I swear I saw some tears. Because he's just put his sister, who flew over from Tassie as well, to compete. Yeah, Casey Groves, lovely young lady. She hunts a lot of wild boar as well. I see photos of that. That's just not for me. Anyway, so you got that. How are you feeling? Confident? You seem to be. I definitely wouldn't say overconfident, but I can feel the confidence, even just with the way you're speaking to me. No, as in you appear more confident. Very well spoken. That impressed me. Even on day one, I thought, yes.
I feel more comfortable because, like, obviously when you do something new and you kind of freak out. It's like the anxiety of not being good automatically. But because I put in all the effort, attended those more of the counterbalance classes, I feel more comfortable in the way that I'm progressing. But I know it's going to be a hard one.
It will be.
Yeah.
It'll be tough. If you can just look, even if it's day by day, you go, all right, I spent 20 minutes on this one thing and I'm this much better. And it's like learning like a guitar or piano. You pick it up, you go, I cannot even do this. And in 20 minutes you can do it. You go, imagine doing that. Imagine 3 things a day. That's it. It just takes commitment, and it shows on the night. Cardio shows on the night. Cardio, you can't hide that if you are struggling. What is the extended Hayward Ugle family and friends think about you boxing? What do they think about their daughter getting in there?
It's so funny.
What did Eric think?
My brother thinks it's cool, and my other sisters, because like I shadow box on them, they're like, "Are you really gonna punch like that?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." How
do you shadow box?
I just mess around. I just get in their face. I'm like, "This is what I could do."
Oh yeah.
And I was doing that in front of my mum, and she was like, "Amber, surely not." She looked so worried. Like she was like, "Please don't do it."
Is she going to go on the night?
The thing is, she's like, she doesn't want to dress up nice. So I was like, Mum,
why not?
Like, it's a formal tie. She's like, nah, I'll just meet you in the cast. So she's keen to see us after. But I'm going to send...
It's live stream.
Yeah, the live stream through, especially to like my nan and that. And some of my footy mates were going to do a viewing party in my room while I'm down there.
Good work.
So they're going to watch from up in my hotel room while I'm boxing. But basically when I first floated the idea of like doing PCR, I actually did like a Instagram close friends poll, and I was like, hey guys, what are your thoughts on me doing this?
Everyone would have said yes.
Well, some of them I was like, yes, no, it's cringe as heck. And then there was one person that was like, it's cringe. I was like, fuck.
Really? Do you get to see who it was?
Yeah, I did. But like...
Sounds like jealousy to me.
No. Scotty,
jealousy.
No, Scotty's exactly like me. Like, we're like very like...
Scotty the jealous, as she's known.
No, she's like so chill, reserved. She's like, you know, similar to what I am. So like a lot of people were really like keen on me doing it. I was telling all of my workmates, I'd like tell them my progress on everything, and everybody's really supportive. And then I think I told a few other mates that I've known for years, and they're like, oh, I don't really like boxing. Like, I don't like the premise. And I'm like, that's fine.
It's not for everyone.
But on my table, I have like 3 of my siblings going, my brother Eric, and then Lily and Hope. I got my uncle coming. And then from there, I just got my... like people that I've known from work but have been friends with ever since working with them. So I got like 2 or 3 of them, and then I got my work wife. Her name's also Kiri. Jeez. It's so funny. I know 3 Kiris now. I know one from work who I really love. I know Kiri from boxing, and then I have a Kiri at footy. So I'm like just surrounded by Kiris.
I know. It's meant to be.
It's meant to be. But yeah, that's my table. Everybody's chill. Everybody's keen.
Good. But they're all, I mean, I think when people aren't supportive of it, they're not unsupportive of you boxing. They just don't want to see you get hurt.
Yes.
But
then I'm like, I get hit way worse in
I'm sure
footy.
Eric is giving you way worse in the backyard. You are protected, though.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that. You're protected with your training. You're protected with your gear.
And the ref.
Your Gerbsmack, sports mouth guard. And the ref and the coaches. So I think you are, I think you are in safe hands. It is still boxing. People still get hurt.
Yeah.
But, get it done. Round 3.
Round 3, yeah.
Round 3 is...
building it up.
Round 3 is when... Round 3 is when you get tested. It's when everyone's been hit a couple more times than like. Everyone's a little bit tired, a bit sore. Hard to get that air in. Someone lands a gut shot. That's the way to go. April.
Yeah.
She got some ripping body shots, by the way.
She's so good. Yeah, she's so fierce. Like I love sparring with April just because she doesn't go easy.
She got Abby, hasn't she?
So interesting.
You got one.
So
I don't know.
interesting.
They're good with the matchups. I can't fault the matchups.
I love the matchups, but I'm like, it's just going to be so interesting.
It's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be unreal. I can't wait. It's going to be so close.
Yeah.
So close. You can't bet on this thing. What else was I going to ask you? Any concerns about the event? Anything you're not that sure of that I can rest your weary mind about?
Oh, in my mind, I'm like, well, with footy, you're supposed to rock up 2 hours before the matchup. So I'm like, what's the preparation? When do you rock up?
You will find out this week. You'll find out when your fight is. And you can message me, and I should be able to tell you the exact time of your fight, like literally to the minute. Glenn and Chris will want you in the warm-up rooms. I don't know, maybe 30 minutes prior. So they'll say, listen, at 7:04, I need you in the change rooms getting ready. There's people, a guy by the name of I think it was Owen Waite, his name was. It was amazing how calm this guy was. Before the fight, like when the event started, he went up for his room for a nap and came down. Like, I don't know how he did it. He was so calm, scary. I'm pretty sure it was Owen Waite. And you do whatever you want. I think the early fights, maybe fights 1 to 5, just come down and mingle at the start and just do whatever you're comfortable with. Actually, just ask Glenn.
Yeah.
I don't have any idea. I've got my hands full from 4:30 onwards, so I can't see what anyone else is doing. You're getting interviewed after the winners. Get interviewed afterwards by Cam Cranley as well, known from Bachelor fame. Recently had ankle surgery. Hope you're getting well. Cam. He's a mate of mine. He's a good man as well. I said I'd drop his name today. There you go, Cam. Just dropped it. You know your team, Team Red. You know your opponent, Kiri the Piranha, Varga. Walkout music. What have we got, Amber? We got the Rambo as well.
That's my nickname.
Done.
I was actually tossing up between Welcome to the Jungle and Rumble because I'm like Rambo, Jungle makes sense.
Does Rambo have a song? You're talking about Sylvester Stallone kind of thing?
Yeah, I was like, I got to kind of like connect it somehow. But I actually got Aniva I was like, Aniva, what song do you reckon would be better? And she confirmed Rumble, so yeah.
Rumble? Yeah. Rumble's the name of the song?
It's Rumble by Skrillex, and I think it's Freddy.
Skrillex produced Bangarang.
Oh my God.
They produced Bangarang and nothing else to me. No, that's all I got.
No, there's a few others.
Nah. Where is this? Oh, it's with Fred again.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have a listen to this cracker. Oh, jeez. Okay, you should improve. While this is actually loading, do you know, let's pause this. Do you know what Aniva's nickname is?
No.
Tell me what you think of this. Be honest. Neva, the anesthesia Sasega.
Is that because of her, I don't know, her teeth? I don't know.
Anesthesia?
Yeah, well, I automatically think, how she had that operation when she...
Anesthesia puts you to sleep.
Oh, yeah. That makes way more sense.
You know what? I don't come up with good nicknames often, but I came up with that one, and I was hoping... I don't have to explain it. Maybe I should change it.
Yeah. Maybe it's just me. I'm like, I don't really think well.
Okay, now remember. Okay, let's have a listen to this banger so YouTube can take this down for copyright. Actually, I'll loosen this today so I don't snap another microphone. How's that? Okay, here we go. From the start, by the way?
Yeah.
From the start, let's go. Can I just be honest? These speakers aren't doing this song justice, okay? The single speaker out of the back of an old Mac Mini. You know what? I might give Skrillex another go. I'll be honest. I thought Bangarang. I thought they couldn't get better than Bangarang. That doesn't sound bad. I'm not into this kind of mumble rap though. It's not for me. I'm too old for this stuff. That's good. And when they play this stuff so loud. That's got some bass in it as well.
Yeah.
So they'll just shake the room. There is possibly changes to the walkout. Tell me this. I was thinking this last night. Do you... what they do is CJ Rose, probably one of the greatest MCs of our generation, he's in there. He's the only guy that's in my Instagram. See my Instagram? I got one post. It's me and CJ Rose. How bad's that? I'm leaving my wife and kids. And he introduces you guys and then you walk out to the music and get in the ring. Would it be better to walk out to your music and then he introduce you in the ring? You know, like the traditional...
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I don't mind. I don't really have a preference.
I think that just came to me yesterday. I was saying, why is that different? I don't know. There must be a purpose behind it. Maybe the timing. I don't know. Anyway, what are we even talking about here? I don't even know what we're talking about. Oh, yeah, there's going to be changes to the walkout. It's going to be something. We're actually discussing it today to get it signed off. And it will...
Signed off.
I know. It's not me. Well, it is for me. I find it good. But... if this comes off today, I think it'll just enhance the walkout even more. And it's glorious. It's glorious. Me and Nige thought about it, so of course it's glorious. So this is your walkout music. There's plenty of bass. Oh, yeah, get him to crank it as well. Just went buzzing. A guy by the name of Gordy Monteleone made his own song once and didn't... I think it wasn't the production's fault. Didn't actually tell the people who pushed play what the song was going to be. Like, it wasn't an offensive song, but somehow one of his mates put that much bass through it, it actually shook the whole desk, and it was like, I thought I was having a heart attack at one point. He did it just to cause some problems. I couldn't even hear. Like, everything was shaking. Yeah, this song is going to go off. I like it. I can't stay on topic today. Your nickname? This is a concern. This is probably a more serious thing as we just clicked over 2 hours. This is the old man. This is the old caring side of me coming out now. Right? Is that being in this event, it is a huge commitment and it is consuming. And I believe it is consumed. I'm sure it's consumed me since probably the start of Jan. This whole year, April 5, you're going to wake up April 6th. And you go, all right, we're about a third of the way through the year now. What do I do now? And people sometimes go into a bit of a slump, which I know how it is to be in a slump. I know how hard it is to get out. Have you got something planned?
Yeah, I'm actually going to New York for 2 weeks from the 17th of April to the 3rd of May.
Considering that wind up to that question was about 10 minutes, you could have thrown that in a bit early and saved me a lot of time. Going to New York City.
Yes.
New York, see? Oh, the song that chose for your...
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. No, that's a different song, isn't it?
Same artist.
Same artist, different song. New York, who are you going with?
So I'm going with my sister, and we actually got selected to go to the United Nations Indigenous Permanent Forum. So that's over
good.
2 weeks in April. So we're doing that from like the 17th of April to the 3rd of May. So
is this worldwide Indigenous?
Yeah.
That'd be so interesting.
Yeah. So I'm actually, I haven't told Glenn, but in the last week of training.
Sorry, he doesn't listen to any of this. He can't work Spotify.
Last week of training, Monday to Wednesday, I'll be in Canberra doing diplomacy training. because I'll be kind of representing Australia.
So this is the days leading up to the event?
Yeah, the Monday.
I think that's a recovery week anyway.
Well, that's good then.
Are you going to be there Friday?
No. I mean, I'll be in Perth on Friday.
Yeah, you got to be there for weigh-ins.
Yeah.
Don't skip that.
No, can't do that.
Tell Nige, say to him, I got to skip weigh-ins, and you watch him lose his mind because he deals with the boxing commission.
You know what? Like,
Just shit stir him about that. He hates it.
I've been speaking to Glenn about weigh-ins because I stay the same weight.
Yeah.
Because of like the fat loss versus the muscle gain. So I'm like, what happens if theoretically Kiri keeps on losing weight and then I'm just at the same weight? What's going to happen?
She weighs in a big jacket with coins in the pockets. I'm not saying that happened.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's happened before because that would be wrong. Possibly happened. Possibly Beck Curtin. Okay. No. You got to be within, what is it? Is it 3? I always say 3. I could be wrong.
I have no idea.
But how much do you weigh?
70.
70. And what's Kiri?
I think the last time she was 68.
It's 2. That's no drama.
Yeah, but that was back in week 4. Remember she lost 4 kilos already?
Yeah, Kiri. Okay. Just say you weigh 70 and Kiri. We did this maths the other day. Just say Kiri, you weighed 70. You weighed 70. Kiri weighed 60. Sorry, what did you say? You weigh 70.
Yeah.
And Kiri weighed 62. Okay? That's a big difference, right? Kiri, throw down 2 litres of water. You're 64. Get you, slight dehydration. You drop down to 68. Suddenly, you're 4 kilos apart. You get it done. I'm not saying do that. But you see some fighters, look at the UFC fighters, some of them cut like 15 kilos. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. But they'll make it happen. Nige if this isn't just for you, this is for every boxer. If Nige asks for something and it's for the commission, just do it. Yeah. No matter what it is, just do it. Please take that stress off him because that must be dealing with a governing body.
Dealing with anything.
Government.
I was going to say government.
Government, yeah. I know exactly how you feel. Just help him out. Just if he asks, whatever it is. If Glenn asks, just say no. No, just with the commission, just get it done. It's because Nige has to. You don't know what goes into it. He should explain to people how much he does in that because it's down to even the point where there has to be ring ropes an exact distance from the ring to go around so no one goes in there. And then there's some dickhead who steps over and wants to talk to his mate who's in the corner. Anyway, just listen to Nige. That's about it. Okay, so your aftermath plans, you're going to New York, as Frank Sinatra said. Have you been before?
No. The only place I've been is Indonesia, so Bali.
Really? You got a passport still?
Yeah.
Still current? Okay. You got to go to Canberra to do diplomacy training. Yes. Tell me what diplomacy training involves.
Well, I don't know yet, but it's like a 3-day course. Basically, my understanding is how you don't talk smack about the federal government in front of everyone. So you basically have to be like apolitical.
You come on this show and do it. No, you don't do it.
You have to be apolitical, especially even when you work in state government. You can't really have an opinion.
No. You don't. But the thing is, they tell us that at the start. That's why I don't ever mention what I do, is because they tell us, don't do it. You're working for your government. Don't bag them out. Just not like officially. I know everyone behind closed doors can say their piece, but yeah, that's all right. Well, you don't seem the type, though, to shoot your mouth off too much. You've done enough.
Only on the footy field.
Oh, yeah? You're a trash talker?
Yeah.
I do love a bit of trash talk. Has there been any trash talk with you and Kiri?
No.
Not from you.
No.
From her. See what she's saying about you. No. I haven't heard. I haven't heard any. Oh, maybe one. Just because of an incident a few weeks ago. They know who they are. And they've both been in here. And someone was a bit rough during sparring. That's the only trouble I've seen. It was not trouble. It was just a disagreement. But that stuff happens. There's no worries there. All right. That's about it. Is there anything more? Have we missed anything? Have we gone through it all? Yeah. Nothing else you want to cover? Nothing else you want to chinwag about?
No.
Let us wrap this up. I can get off this meeting that I got today. Very important meeting. Sort out your walkouts. Well, if that's it, I want to thank you very much for coming in with me today on Wednesday, the 12th of March. Hopefully get this out. You are, how many days away are you? I normally have this up. Hang on, let's have a look. I've got a countdown
20?
on the site. 24.
24.
Do you remember when I sent you that message, everyone? I said 59 days.
Yeah.
Dad was like, that's tons of time. You're down to 24. You're under 4 weeks. And you are going to get so much better now that you're in those teams and you know your opponent. You are 24 days, 13 hours, 43 minutes away from your boxing debut at Perth Corporate Rumble. The Gobsmacked Sports Mouth Guards. Perth Corporate Rumble, number 13, April 5, 2025. It's not the Grand Ballroom, it's the ballroom at the Crown Tower. Do you know the ballroom is bigger than the Grand Ballroom?
Really?
I think it can seat more. I think that's why, because I thought, why don't we just go to the Grand Ballroom? They said, no, this one seats more. Whatever it is, it's a fantastic event. Shout out to the Crown, Brightside, everyone else that gets involved that makes this such a special event. And I want to thank you, Amber Rambo, Ugle Hayward. It's 4 names. I'm going to have to try to get down pat. For coming and spending today with me. Thank you for rescheduling like we did. You know how I am with time. Thank you for the banana bread. So many thank yous going your way. Wish you all the best for the last few weeks, for your diplomacy qualifications, and for April 5. And after we get back from New York, I open it up to everyone. If you ever want to come back in and talk about your experience, just know that you're always welcome. Thanks for your time, Amber, and I will see you at training this weekend.
Sounds good.
Thanks, mate.